everybody. The Giants win, and Casey Schmitt goes deep in his debut. Almost like Will Clark, but it was his second at bat, not his first at bat. But
the hit was off Nolan Ryan too. So
yes, and not Patrick Corbett. Calls up Casey Schmitt today, and his whole family's there. I'm going to see if we could get the highlights of that in there. He also did he single or hit a double? Let's see.
He got a single in the
single. He almost got a double in the bottom of the eighth, just foul. He might have even been a triple. But Dan Cochimilio here, Giants postgame along with Eric Romo, as we discuss the Giants win. And it's not that big of a win that they win on a Tuesday night, but what's exciting is that Casey Schmitt, one of their homegrown prospects, the first position player in the Farhan era to make it up to the big dance. And he goes yard on just got a nice, ripped it into left center. You knew it when he hit it, it was gone. But as MF says, and Eric and I talked about earlier today, will he get platooned? He better not. He just better not. Because if they platoon this guy, then Farhan should be, maybe dangling from the scoreboard or something. Because and Kapler, don't screw with this kid and platoon him. Play him every day, and he's the future. Bring up Matos at some point. Bring up Ramos. Bring up Luciano. Let's see the young guys, because this team in and itself, hey, look, they beat the Washington Nationals. Okay, it's not a big deal. Plus, they won in their Tuesday night pajamas. So, they play well in these pajamas, these orangecicles. But, no, it's nice to see, a kid come up. I don't know. Let me see if I've got my interviews in here with Casey. I don't think I've got.
Oh yeah, you did have a small interview with him. I remember that.
Did I have him loaded in here? It might have been on Rye's channel. I got to figure out how to load things in here, and then we could. I've got a small interview with him. I think I had 2 interviews with him this spring. One with him and Von Brown, and another one had them each separately, but it's been a while. That was back in mid-March, so a couple months ago. So I'd have to go back and look. But what do you guys think? The chat? Giants, get a much-needed win. They're 16-19, still chasing 500. It's going to be a tough hill to get to 500, because tomorrow they got Mania going in the rubber game of the 3-game set.
I don't like that matchup. I don't like that matchup.
And then they go to Arizona for 4. Come down here my way. I'm going to go Saturday night, I decided, because I'm counting on the Warriors playing Friday night. They better be playing Friday night. Mark Hope says, Dan and MF, if it turns into a platoon BS situation, it's going to be a big problem. I'm with you, Dan and Eric. Call up more young guys. Yeah, this I think at some point we're going to see younger guys, because this team's still boring as all get out. The only guy the excitement has come from Estrada and Sable and Schmitt and a couple of nice pitching outings. You tell me where else there's been any excitement in the lineup.
Right.
I mean,
here, Dan. Now here's an issue. When Crawford comes back, where does Schmitt play if they're going to play him every day, or do you think they platoon him?
I would hope that if they platoon him at short with Crawford, that they put him at third base the days that Crawford's playing short, and just DH J.D. Davis.
Then what do you do with Peterson? It's just
Yeah,
we got a bunch of these infielders.
I don't play your young guys. Just play your young guys. Don't bring him up here to platoon him.
I agree. I totally agree, but I just don't know what kind of moves they're going to make as far as when people start coming back up off the IL especially with Crawford. So it's going to be interesting to see what they do because I'd rather see him on the left side of the infield. That's where he'll be comfortable. Shortstop or third base.
Don't stick him as second base. Just I mean, yeah. Chardell says, Eric, you demand.
Well, I don't know about that.
Eric, Dan the man. Okay, so we got Eric the man and Dan the man. Mark Hope says, Dan. That's us, yeah. Eric, what up?
How's it going, Mark?
Yeah, so strolling around out here in a Giants victory. Oh, you know what? I gotta go back to the Suns game. That was an exciting game earlier. Let me just go on my phone here, and what I may be able to do is open that door and turn the TV. And you know what? Go ahead and carry that. I'm going to watch it live instead of my phone. All right, go ahead.
I like what you're saying here, Matt, talking about the minor leagues. Yeah, it's nice to see some of these guys getting ready to come. Like Luciano, he's just starting up in Richmond. It's good to see him get going because having a bad back, you don't want to see him constantly suffering with that. So hopefully he's healthy and can do some damage there in Double-A. And Matos has been holding his own. You kind of want to see the numbers get up a little bit higher, but it's the beginning, so we'll see what happens. And same thing with I think who mentioned it? I think it was Safi mentioned Von Brown, I guess, hit a home run on his last game of his rehab before. I'm guessing I think he's going to Richmond as well. So it's nice to see those three guys. I guess all three of them may be coming up at around the same time. So it's going to be fun to watch when those young guys are actually playing with the big club. Oh, it's already over. Yeah, I guess Dan will find that out here in a minute. The Marty Lurie of YouTube. Marty is a great though, man. I'm telling you. I would love to see him as I know. Hopefully, Dan can get him on a couple more times because I always learn something from Marty when you're listening to him. So, and he always stays. He stays. Yeah. Of course, he's a fan of the Giants. You can't blame him. He's straight and narrow, and he'll give you his assessment of what's going on in baseball, and it's awesome to hear. You always learn something from him. Ooh. Now, I don't see that happening, Eddie. I mean, yeah, is he going to be able to produce much this year? I don't know. It's hard to tell. He's already dealing with it. I mean, he had an injury in spring training. He's already had an injury here in the beginning of the season. I'd hate to see him go out this way. He kind of, in a way, he deserves to finish it out. And then after that, then I honestly think he may hang him up after this. Cause I mean, you're 37 years old, 36 years old, going to be 37 at the start of next season. So, I mean, I don't know. Yeah, I understand what you're saying there, Eddie, about why keeping him. I mean, it's tough. It's tough. I think the problem the Giants are in right now, and they're such in a public affairs nightmare because of what's happened in the offseason and just the constant weirdness that's been going on. It's going to be hard to sit there and say, you know what? The guy who's been the longest tenured Giant, we're just going to go ahead and cut loose from him. Yeah, his numbers don't dictate for him to be able to stay up. I get that. But I think he's earned some respect in that regard. Yeah.
I didn't realize the game was over. So Denver beat Phoenix pretty handily. So I was out to dinner tonight.
Oh, nice.
So yeah, Mario. Yeah, that's exactly what's going on. No, that's pretty funny. Okay. Yeah. What is this?
We were talking about Crawford.
Yeah. So why keep him yet? What was it? This sort of GM president's equivalent of putting the ball in play. Just call up your youngsters and good things can happen. Yeah, it's just I want to see the young guys. I mean, ridiculous.
You know what? Hey, to piggyback on Crab Sandwich, look what the Nationals are doing. They got older young guys up, and they make contact. And they're
Sure.
I mean, it's exciting to watch.
Yeah, it's nice to see young people.
And they made contact. They were getting on base a lot. I mean, Webb did a good job, navigating through some of those innings to limit the damage. But it was cool to see that they're, put the ball in play, and you never know what can happen. Don't always swing for that damn home run.
Exactly. Let's see. Why don't you go ahead and put the link in the chat there, and we may have somebody join us. I see Chardal would like to join us. We're going to put the link in the chat here in just a second, and anybody wants to join in, call in. We're going to go a little bit tonight, not super long. There's the link. There you go. Oh, why does it say West Coast bias in there? That's weird.
Hey, Dad. Yeah, why am I getting that? That's really strange.
Maybe.
That's odd.
That I think what happened is Ryan.
You know what?
Was using the StreamYard last night.
Ryan gave us permission, I think, maybe.
What's that? No,
maybe
it just
Ryan
shows. It just shows the email. Who put it in, who it's from. So he's got West Coast bias in there. So I'm curious when that happens. Let's see. If I make a comment, let's see who it should come from NorCal. Let's say I'm going to just say
when I hit it, both of them came up, so it may come up.
Play the young guys. I'm going to say play the young guys. Let's see what happens when it comes up. Probably come. Yep. So we're going to have to.
Yeah, it's both. Same.
Yeah, we'll have to fix that. So. Yeah, West Coast Bias Network actually is Ryan's channel. So, yeah.
That's cool. Is he doing sports as well?
I think a little bit. I'll have to go check it out. See what he's got.
I'll have to check it out too.
So anyway, guys, Giants win 4-1. Good pitching by Logan Webb. Again, that's 2 in a row from Webb. Web gem, as they call it. Logan Webb tonight, he pitched 7 innings, gave up 9 hits, only walked 1, struck out 7, lowered his ERA to 3.46, getting it down there. That's pretty respectable. He's now 3-5 after starting out 0-4?
0-4,
something like that.
Yeah.
So he's won 3 of the last 4 decisions. And I think his 5th loss, he didn't get much run support. He pitched pretty well. Giants, 10 hits tonight. Only 5 Ks for the Giants. So they cut down on the strikeouts. Cutting down on the strikeouts.
I mean, it's Corbin, though. Corbin's a mess. So it's not like.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. We'll see tomorrow. Tomorrow's matchup is going to be Sean Manaea against Josiah Gray. Yeah, the ex-Dodger who was in the Max Scherzer Trey Turner trade. I was watching, the kid Abrams at shortstop. He was in the trade for Juan Soto.
Yep. He plays a good shortstop.
Yeah. Their particular lineup, the Nationals lineup, has who they have in there? They have anybody else in there from that San Diego trade? I don't see anybody. No.
No.
The kid Robert. Robert starts with an H. Can't think of his name. He was kind of the key to the trade last year. Anyway, he was one of their hot prospects,
I'm not sure
San Diego. Eric L says, I think Schmitt has a chance to be special if they handle him right. Yes, I agree.
That's the
No, there
issue.
was not
I'm telling you.
22,000.
The issue is
There was not 22,000 at the game tonight. Come on. That's what the Giants announced because that's what they – I don't know where they get this number, if those are sold tickets at some point. There's no way there was 22,000 because I looked at the unless they were all sitting in the first deck because the third deck. The first deck was empty. I mean, you can just take a look at a lot of the plays, and you can see pictures in the stands. So, not 22,000. No. Probably
there you go,
under
Dan.
10.
Sophie has it. Is that who you're talking
Robert
about?
Hassel. Yeah.
Robert Hassel.
Yeah, I knew it was H. Yeah, Robert Hassel. I wanted to say, I thought it was Hassel, but I was trying to think it was something like Havel or Hassel. Yeah, it's Hassel, Robert Hassel.
But to go back to what Eric L was talking about here, they can't platoon him. But that's what I'm trying to say is I don't know where he would play every single day on the left side of that infield. You can't take J.D. Davis out of the lineup. And of course you got Crawford. I mean, I don't know. It's gonna be, and I don't want him playing all over the place. I don't want to see him at first base or somewhere in the outfield or whatever. But if they're bringing him up, he needs to play every day and not be platooned. But I just don't trust the organization in doing that. They haven't shown that they'll throw guys out there constantly, no matter what handed the pitcher is.
Yeah, they sat Conforto tonight. I know it was a lefty, but they did sit Conforto. We'll see. He should be back in the lineup tomorrow. I'm almost sure of it. In fact, I'm going to tell
Gray, I think his last outing was against Arizona. He did well.
Crawford's not.
He didn't get the win. But
when is Crawford due back?
I don't know because was it April 30th, and it was a 10-day DL, right?
Yeah, so he could be available tomorrow. I don't know if he's coming back or not. Let's assume he's not. Let's look at the lineup tomorrow. They're going to lead off with Wade at first base.
Estrada will be second.
Let's see. Estrada will be second. Let me take a look at this lineup here. Let me see what they're going to do. I don't know who they're going to put in center field, if they're going to play Slater or because Yaz is out. They sent that Cal Stevenson down.
It'll probably be Wisely.
Oh, yeah. That's right. Jeez, gotta have the platoon. Okay, so they're going to stick. Okay, so it's going to be leading off Wade, batting second. Estrada, batting third will be
Peterson.
Yeah, they'll probably bat Peterson third.
Haniger fourth.
I think they'll go. No, they're going to go Haniger third.
You think so?
Wait, who's second?
So left, right.
No, they're going to go left. So third, it may be Conforto, but I think they'll put him in fifth. Yeah. So let's see, they go Jock third, Davis fourth at third, fifth,
then
Conforto, sixth, JD Davis. I already have him at fourth. Casey Schmitt.
Haniger.
No, Haniger's.
Oh.
What did I have Haniger in there yet?
No, not yet.
Okay, they'll probably go Haniger sixth, and they'll put Schmitt seventh, and eighth will be Sable. Ninth will be Wisely.
Yep.
That's probably much their lineup. Yeah.
That sounds pretty reasonable there.
Yeah. Cameron Tyson says, Dan, that was a bad decision because Conforto hits Corbin. Yeah, I'm not sure what.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Do you know what his lifetime numbers are against Corbin? I'm going to stand because My back was killing me. I sat here last night for 4 hours, over 4 hours.
Yeah, you guys were on there forever last night,
and
man.
my back and this chair, even though it's a padded chair, it's very pushed down. So I went to the chiro today. Oh, my back is. I'm gonna ice it tonight. Very sore. So I'm gonna stand. I'm gonna move the camera up a little bit. There we go. You see me all right?
Yeah, you're good.
How's the lighting?
The lighting's good. Just a little bit dark, but not bad.
Yeah, I'm getting more lights put in this room, but I've got an extra light in here that I bought, but trying to see if it does that put too much light. Is that too much light on me?
No, you're good.
All right. So anyway, what do we got down here? Webb, 7 innings pitched, 7 Ks. Schmitt debut, 2 for 4 with his first hit being a 420-foot home run. Wow. That's what it was? 420?
Yeah, 420.
All right.
Yeah, that's awesome. That was good to see. His family and friends are going nuts.
Oh, I saw that. Let me see if I can try and play that. Go ahead. I'm going to play with this while you talk.
All right, cool.
If I can get this in here.
Mark, that's a good point. Talking about how the Nats are kind of like the Braves 3 years ago, building an aggressive contact-driven team. And that works now. That's good. Maybe 3 years ago, even though contact always helps, but now that you have the banning of the shift, the having contact actually will pay more dividends now than it did 3 years ago. So, and I think that's why the Nationals, they started off real slow, but they're actually not doing that bad. They're actually having a decent season with those young guys without any, serious power hitters or anything like that. So it's interesting. Yeah, that is possible there. Glass half full. Yeah, he'll probably be back for the Arizona series. Unless, I don't know if they'll put him on a rehab assignment, maybe to get some reps. I don't know. Well, I guess we'll see. Arizona, if you're a home run hitting team, that's kind of the place to be. They're at altitude there too, so the ball flies, especially when they got those doors open in the outfield. So we'll see how that works. But Arizona's tough. They're not going to be an easy team to beat, and the Giants really going to have to play some good ball to beat Arizona right now. And I think they face one of the. I think they're going to face Gallen. I think they miss Kelly, which always gives the Giants a tough time. But Gallen, man, he's having a good year.
Exactly.
I saw a little bit of something on this about the A's. I guess there was something on MLB trade rumors I saw a few minutes ago. I guess they're changing the location of where they want to play in Vegas for their stadium.
Really? I thought I saw something on that.
Yeah. I guess the original property, I think it was supposed to be west of the Strip, but now I guess it's going to be on the Strip itself. They said the old Tropicana casino is the property that they're going to try to get. I guess from what they're saying is it would take less public money by going there than the original site. So they're trying to work with the city, so they're not having to spend as much public money as they would have to. So it's
interesting.
Yeah. And I guess it's supposed to be built by 2027. So it should be. It sounds like it's pretty much what's going to happen. You could say goodbye to the Oakland A's.
Wow.
Oh, here you go by Thunderbird. Dan, what do you think of Vita Blue? I know we kind of talked about it a little bit.
Just kind of a sad situation, hate to see it, but he was really cool to be with the A's and the Giants. Great ambassador for the Bay Area. Yeah.
Him and Bill Lasky were great on the radio. They would come on after Marty Lurie, and I loved listening to those guys. They had a good rapport with each other when they were on air, and of course they were good friends. So it was awesome.
Yeah. I wonder how I can send this link into the chat. I don't know how to do that.
I know if you like email it to yourself and put it on your computer and
Oh,
then
put
you
it
can,
on my computer. Yeah, let me try
email
that.
yourself and then present it.
Okay, let me open it up. And I see Chardal is there in the green room tearing it up. Don't eat all the food, Chardal. We'll be right with you. Let's see if I can pull this
Yeah,
up.
you remember how to do it, or you hit present and then you share the screen. So you bring it up on your desktop and then you share it, and then you could put exactly how you want to do it.
Oh, okay. Hold on.
Yeah,
Let me
Thunderbird,
see.
I agree. I wish but I think he was because he was dealing with his sickness, so he was that's probably why he wasn't going on the radio as much. But yeah,
Okay,
he
so
was
what do I
always fun
do?
to listen to.
Let me bring up let's bring in Chardal real quick what do I do?
Sure.
Okay. First of all, wait, I do the share screen. Where is that?
Well, make sure you got it up on your ready to go
Yeah,
on
I
your
do have it
desktop.
there. It's on the
Hit
desktop.
present. It's at the
Present,
very bottom of your screen.
present, share screen.
Share screen, and then you should
Okay.
be able to select exactly what file.
Here we go, everybody. Hope I don't get penalized, but here we go.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
High drive. Left center field. Out of here. Hold on, Dad.
That was a great call, huh?
Kid.
Look at the crowd. Look at that. Look at the crowd, man. The fans, the Casey Schmitt entourage. Let's pull that back. Look at it. Look at. All right, taking a look at the
That was a hell of a swing.
those 420 deep drives. Hopefully, turn. Look at the dad. Look at the dad. Look at all everybody. I'm talking over this so we don't get all of it. Look at that.
Oh,
Look at that. Wow, 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 wow. Unbelievable. That's awesome.
We don't want to get no strikes on this channel.
All right, so let me stop sharing there. There we go. And welcome, Chardal, with the Giants logo. How you doing, Chardal?
Hey, Eric and Dan, how you guys doing tonight? Thanks for having me on the NorCal Sports Network. It's an absolute honor. I love being on your show, man. This is a new network, and I love how much popularity you're gaining.
Oh, thanks, Chardal. Yeah, we're having a good time. So
that home run by Casey Schmitt, that was a great shot. I mean, I could see the reaction from everybody who was at Oracle Park, who was at that game, to see how amazing that home run was.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Yeah, anytime
the stands to witness it, but you take what you can get.
Anytime you get your homegrown players to hit a home run in their debut is pretty awesome, especially the guy that really was possibly could have made the team right out of spring training. But at least they're not holding them back, now. Yeah. Hopefully they don't do this Ramos game where they did last year and brought him up for a series, sent him back down. Just let him play.
Exactly. Hey, Dan, bring your camera back down. We got half your face.
Hey, Dan, what are some tips you would recommend to the Giants to come in tomorrow if they want to win the third game in this series against the Washington Nationals? Because Nationals won the first game, the Giants won the second game. They have a chance of coming into Oracle Park tomorrow and finishing off this series against the Washington Nationals.
Yeah, I think what you got to do is you got to play good defense. You got to get timely hits, and you got to be aggressive. You got to be aggressive on the base pass. Try to make contact, stop striking out. But it all starts with timely hitting, good pitching, and defense. those three
And
things.
Manaya's got to come out and deal.
Yeah.
Because he needs to prove something here because his last couple of outings. Now, his last game, his first inning was horrendous, but he actually kind of settled down. So I'm hoping that he can come out there and, limit the damage, maybe allow 2-3 runs would be excellent. So hopefully, Manaya can limit the damage and then, the lineup do their thing.
I mean, Sean Manaea is a really good pitcher. I mean, not to say that he's not a great pitcher. He's a wonderful pitcher. I love to see him out on the mound. But his game can be sometimes iffy, right? Like sometimes he will have a really great game, and other times he's not going to have a really great game, just depending on how well he pitches and how well he throws, right?
Yeah, and it's his changeup. I notice he'll hang that changeup and it'll get crushed. He'll either miss way outside or he'll miss down the middle, and that's where he gets nailed. But yeah, he's got to have command of that changeup. If he doesn't have command of that changeup, it's going to be a long night.
So what are some tips to victory for the Giants if they want to come into Oracle Park tomorrow and win against this really great Washington Nationals team?
And what's funny? You say they're great. They put the ball in play. I mean, they supposedly, I think they're the least amount of strikeouts for all teams in the major league. So that tells you something. They don't walk a lot, so that tells you that they get a lot of hits. Not a whole lot of power, but they get a lot of hits, and that's kind of something I want to see the Giants do. Is it nice to see the home run? Yeah, it's always great to see the home run, but I want to see some more manufactured runs and win it that way rather than always relying on the long ball. And I think if they take that approach, I think you'd have a lot more success. Just hit behind the runner, kind of old school baseball. Some of the teams are doing that and having some success, and I would love to see the Giants to be able to do that.
So I agree with you 100% on what you're saying, that you can't agree on the long ball, right? You got to find other ways to get on the board and score and find way to score runs, right? You can't just rely on home runs all the time, right? That's not how you're gonna, it's just like for the Warriors, you're gonna rely on 3-pointers all the time. You got to get like open shots in the lane. You got to get shots in the paint. You can't just keep making threes, right? Like I know threes are the game-winning shots, right? But you can't rely on those type of shots, right? In a in a game, it doesn't matter if it's basketball, it doesn't matter if it's baseball, hockey.
You're right.
Yeah, you make a good point. Don't always rely on one. Don't rely on just one aspect of the game. Use all aspects of it. That's kind of what the Giants have always been. They get the key home run sometimes, but it's the time of hitting, the excellent pitching, and the great defense, and that's what wins you games.
I mean, because the Giants are a really great baseball team, but I've seen that they put up really great runs and they have solid leads, and they lose a lead. That's what I don't like about in sports, is that some guy has like a solid like 7-point lead or something like that, and then they let the lead go away.
Yeah,
they're not able to hold on to a lead. That's the thing that really frustrates me about sports in general.
Well, unfortunately, it does happen, but
because if you have a solid lead, you're supposed to hold on to it. Like, don't let it go. Make sure you got to be good with a solid lead like that.
Yeah, and for the Giants, speaking of just on the Giants, that bullpen hasn't been exactly locked down. You got a couple of guys who are doing well. You got Tyler and Sean Alexander. He's okay, and Doval. He's I like what I saw from Doval today. 2 strikeouts and then a ground out. So that's one of the key ingredients there, is having a lockdown bullpen when you have that lead.
Yeah, Doval. What was that save? Was that number 8 or 6? 7.
7. Because you said 6 the other night, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Trying to transfer and see if I can.
Yeah, because for me, I really wanted to be in attendance to watch this game, to see Casey Schmitt hit this home run. But I'm busy and I sometimes can't go to most of the games. But I really wanted to be in the crowd to watch this, because this was one moment to remember, and all Giants will remember this moment for their life. They'll never forget this moment, of Casey Schmitt hitting his first ever home run in his debut in a Giants uniform.
You're kind of echoing Marty Lurie talking about good baseball moments, and yeah, that depending on how Schmidt's career plays out, this could be one to remember.
I mean, what are you gonna take? What are you gonna take away from this home run by Schmitt? Like, how memorable will this be for you, just as a Giants fan?
It was an awesome to see a home run, yeah. But I mean, I'm also looking at the pitcher. Corbin has been horrible for the last few years. Yes, he's a major league pitcher. I get that, but he hasn't been well for about 3 years, ever since their World Series. After that, he's been kind of caca. is the best explanation to give him. So I mean, if he's doing that off of an elite pitcher, then more kudos to him.
Yeah. Let me see what's going on here.
And I think Haruku, I think he's talking defensively. Yeah, that's one thing Schmitt will not falter. His defense will be impeccable. So I just hope his bat can continue to play. And like I said, I just hope they don't platoon him, because then you're going to wind up ruining this guy's career by constantly having him just bat against the lefties.
Right.
The San Francisco Giants should think about having a Wall of Fame ceremony for Schmitt, to have his plaque outside Oracle Park. You know where all the legends plaque is? Willie Mays' plaque is on there. Hunter Pence just got his plaque on there. Juan Marshall's plaque is on there. Barry Bonds' plaque is on there. All these great legends are on there outside Oracle Park, along, Willie Mays Plaza. If you walk along there, you'll see all the legends are on there. You think that Casey Schmitt would have a chance of getting on there?
Well, I think eventually, hopefully, but it's way too early.
This is his first game.
Yeah, way too early to be talking.
Let's give him a few years.
But I'm being hopeful for the future. Like I'm being hopeful as a Giants fan. I'm thinking that I want that to happen one day. Like, I know it's far fetched, it's not going to happen, but it'll be great to see it happen one day.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
There you go, Safi, giving you a compliment there, Dan. We talked about that, having Estrada for Conforto in the 2-hole.
Hey, Dan, you should watch the video, the Mexican candy taste test with Michael Conforto and Luis Gonzalez. They were trying Mexican candy. You should watch that video. It's very entertaining. Michael Conforto gave some very good ratings for the Mexican candies that were presented to him.
Oh, cool.
I wonder how he liked the Mexican water.
Yeah,
because you remember they had the runs, so to speak.
Right. Why am I having trouble with this file?
You trying to put something up there?
Yeah, and it's just, I don't know what's going on with it. Let's see.
Nick. We come back and have Casey statue saying Chardell was fucking right. I love it.
Yeah. What was okay. Yeah. All right. Well, hey, we're gonna move on. Chardell, you're welcome back anytime.
Dan, it was an honor to have me on the NorCal Sports Network. I love being on your show. Guys, click the like and subscribe button and show support for my guy Dan. He posts all this great content for you guys. So if you don't click that button, you're doing yourself a massive disservice to not show him love. But next time you do another post game show, please let me know. Make sure to notify me the next time you go live. And if I'm not doing anything, if I'm not busy, or if there's nothing going on, I'll definitely come on, because I love coming on your show. You're a really great host, and you do a fantastic job.
All right. Well, thanks, Chardell. Appreciate the kind words, and
I hope you guys have a great rest of your night, and I'll see you next time you do a post game show.
That sounds great. All right, Chardell. Have a good night.
Have a great night, guys, and
All right, you too.
keep enjoying the show.
All right, thanks. Have a good night, Chardell. Chardell there from SG Sports Channel. Check his channel out, SG Sports Channel, and you can subscribe to his channel. Chardell is a big Bay Area sports fan and loves to follow the all the content creators out there in Giants, Warriors, and 49er land. So anyway, let's see what else we got. Let's keep going here. Go ahead, Eric. Maybe you hit some of the comments there. I'm still working on trying to figure out how to get this interview in.
All right, cool. Oh, Heroku. I when I was a kid, I used to love watching Robbie Thompson. Man, he was just so awesome. I remember watching him in Uribe. Man, I remember those guys, and Will Clark at first. Of course, Matt Williams at third. Man, those are the good old days. Man. Yeah, it's going to be weird seeing the A's leave Oakland. When I was a kid, it seemed like I always went to more A's games just because it was closer, because I grew up in Tracy. So it was a lot easier. It was a lot easier to get to Oakland than have to drive to San Francisco. And it was it was a little bit more tolerable on the body when you're a kid, with the
yeah.
But I used to love the Ivy in center field. My gosh, those were the good old days. But yeah, I remember Robbie Thompson. He was always fun to watch. Brett Butler, he was another one I used to love watching. That guy, man, he could lay down the bunt like the best of them and run the bases. Those are good times. Oh, someone's asking if you're going to Chase Field. You're going on Saturday, right?
Yeah, I'm going to go Saturday. The wife and I, we're going to head out there Saturday.
Nice. Do you know who's pitching that? Did you already figure that one out? Who's pitching those days? Or
I'll have to look it up again.
That's fine. I know you're busy
trying to figure out why this won't take. Shucks.
Let me see what you got here.
I
don't know about batting Schmitt third yet. Not quite.
Not quite yet.
Not quite yet. Yeah. Let's see how he does. A few months into the season, and then then we can figure out what we're going to do here. Some of those spots are kind of you got to earn it. Yeah, he had one good game. That's awesome. I'm happy for him. But let's see some more before we start moving him up in the lineup. Because I'd rather have either JD or Jock or someone like that in the 3-hole. Your 3, 4, 5, those are the guys that you want to. Those are your bangers right there.
Right. Let's see. Maybe if I can go in there.
This is whose postseason HR was bigger, Uribe or Ishikawa? Ooh, man, because Uribe, that was when we got the first home. That was in 2010. So man, Ishikawa though, that was a freak.
I don't think anything can top that Ishikawa shot. That won the pennant.
Yeah, that was something else. Yeah, that won the pennant. Yeah, exactly. But wasn't Uribe's in the World Series?
I'm
trying to remember. Better yet, how about Renterias? I loved Renterias. Oh my gosh.
That one game 5 in Texas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, Ishikawa. You know what home run I really liked was what's his name? Oh my God, how come I can't remember his name? The big guy, the one that hit the home run to left field off that tough righty. Come on, I can't remember his name. Pince's best buddy during that time. What was his name? Oh my God, Michael Morse. There it is. Yeah, that home run was awesome. Oh my gosh. I remember hearing that on the radio, or not on the radio. It was actually I was watching it on the TV, and it with I think the crowd was louder on that home run than on Ishikawa's. That was awesome. That was off that tough righty too. Remember that submariner?
Yeah.
That was awesome. Man, good memories there.
I don't know why this is not.
Michael Morse, man, he was a threat at the plate. It's a shame though that damn when he got speared by Shamarza, that was the end of his career. I think he got a pretty bad concussion from that when during that Bryce Harper fight.
Yeah.
At AT&T. No.
All right, here we go. Let's see if we can do this. Let me go back. It's the top one. StreamYard. Present.
It was pretty cool seeing Samardzija come flying through, though. That would have been a hell of a hit on Bryce Harper if he connected, but he wound up hitting Morse. Yeah, Hunter Strickland decided to take matters in his own hands. Man, and then Posey's kind of like, oh, brother, what is going on here? You could just see it.
Let's see. Oops. Doing the wrong thing here.
Hiroku says he was at the Brian Johnson home run. Now, that would have been fun to witness.
Oh, against the Dodgers? Oh, yeah. That
would have been something right there. My gosh.
Now, what is going on here? I'm trying to
Which interview? Schmitt's?
Yeah. Hold on. Let me go back to – am I still sharing screen?
No, you're good. Oh, this is Posey's Grand Slam in Cincinnati. We're kind of going down memory row here, though. I'll never forget. I was working. This is when I was still in the Air Force. I was home for lunch, and I was getting ready to go back to work. And I heard it on the radio. I was like, "Holy shit, that's awesome!" Because that was it. That was going to be the third game in a row. Man,
shoot, that is not the right file.
I don't know about that. Culinary.
Gosh, I had it. I'm terrible. I am the world's worst when it comes to
electronics.
Yeah, it just pisses me off.
Thanks, Thunderbird. I appreciate that.
I just wish I knew what I was doing.
Ooh, this is interesting. What do you think? You think it's going to be an injury that brings up Harrison, or do you think they just bring him up later in the season?
I think they just bring him up.
You don't think there'll be an injury that will force their hand?
No. I don't know.
Maybe.
Hard to say. Okay, I think
might have it.
Got this here. Let me go back.
Well, yeah, I think it might be an injury there, glass half full. I think an injury will force their hand and he'll come up. I'd rather him,
Here we go. Can you guys see that?
Well,
Can you see that?
Nope.
You can't see that?
No.
I hit share screen.
Make sure you hit the right file.
Oh, you got to.
Yeah, Safi, I agree. I don't think he's only pitching. I think like 4 innings or something like that. He's really got to get a lot of innings under his belt, and he's still got to establish that command. If he doesn't have that command, the major league hitters will be nailing him.
Share screen. All right. It's probably not the right. Okay.
Thanks, Mark. Appreciate that. Yeah, see, we're just getting an ad. It says
yeah, I'm downloading. I've had it up and I played it, but then I don't know exactly what I'm doing here, so let's see if this will work. I know this is the right file. There, you got it? Can you guys see it?
Nope. It's still showing some weird ad here.
Still showing?
Yeah, it's not showing it.
Oh man, I had it on share screen. Did you guys see that?
No, I can't see it. The only thing we're seeing is some kind of ad.
Do you see that file? Do you see the files right there?
Nope, not at all.
Sure, you don't. Now you see the ads thing again.
I see all the ads thing. Yeah, or it's got.
I don't know why. When I play this, I pulled it up. All right.
Yeah, that's weird. Yeah, is it that whatever it is, something?
Yeah, screw it. I'm going to try a different way then.
If you save it, can you save it as a file to your desktop somehow?
I did. That's what's going.
That's
just
weird.
Don't know what I'm doing. I just literally don't know what I'm doing. Okay.
Yeah, that's good to see, Safi. Matos, he's going to be a key factor in the Giants' future here, and I want to see him succeed. Him and Luciano, Von Brown, Casey Schmitt. If all those guys can produce at the MLB level, I mean, we're on the road to having something really special there. We'll see how it pans out. I hope it all works out that way. But Double-A is a place where you make a name for yourself. Triple-A, you're kind of in a holding pattern to get up into the big leagues. Hopefully you're not blocked. But I don't see anyone blocking Matos or Luciano or Von Brown, to be honest with you. Well, Matos is at Double-A, so he's on the cusp. He's just going to have to prove himself at that level. Same thing with Luciano. I think Matos is going to beat Luciano just because Luciano was battling that bad back. So we'll see what happens. Same thing with Von Brown. I think Von Brown might have even been before Matos if it wasn't for his bad knee.
Has he been playing or has he been out, Von Brown? I haven't even checked on that.
I guess was it? I think it was Safi that talked about it. I guess he had his last rehab game before he goes to Richmond. And I guess he hit a home run. So
okay. Well, they need an influx of young guys. They need Brown and Luciano and Matos and Schmitt all to make it. And
if they can all produce, that's good. I'm telling you. Now I will be elated. Let's just say that. I will be elated if all those guys are up and contribute.
Exactly. Gosh, I tell you what, this has been, when it comes to technical stuff, I'm just like the worst.
Yeah, I'm okay. I'm not well versed as much as you.
Unfortunately, I got to pay for everything to get done. Yeah.
Well, maybe your son can help you with the file.
I just sent him a text to see if he could get it done. I know he could if he sees it, but yeah. I got to stand back up. This is killing my back. I'm going to need a boom mic and standing.
Oh yeah, then you can adjust it if you want to stand. Yeah.
Yeah. What's going on with Yaz? How long?
Well, he's still recovering from his hamstring, right? He'll probably go on a rehab.
Somebody asked, Eric says, can you pull it up on your phone? I actually can. I have it on my phone. I don't know. Let's see if it plays. Tell me if the sound's okay here.
Oh, okay, cool. You did play that interview?
Yeah. Oh, my son's working on it right now. So.
Oh, cool.
So he'll probably be able to figure it out. It's only 3-minute interview, so maybe.
Yeah, I remember because it was a quick one.
Yeah, it was quick. It was one of the last days. Clock was running out on me before they had a hard clock, man. They get you once you're hit the time, they were getting you out of there. So yeah. I like Casey Schmitt though. Yeah, he's a good guy. He's funny and got a good personality. And man, I think he's going to make it. It would really be nice to see if Ramos got things going and Matos and Brown and, like you said, Luciano and Harrison and a couple other guys. Then you start having what you had with it kind of all started with young guys, Matt Cain, and then Cain came up, then Lincecum, and then it was Posey and Bumgardner, and before that it was
Pablo.
Sandoval, and you start getting guys coming that it creates momentum, and it creates unity, and you got young guys. They won 3 world championships. They have not had nothing hit since.
And you don't have that revolving door of players. And I think that wears on a fan base when you continually having new guys coming in every year. It's
Oh gosh, it wears. I'm telling you, the Giants lost me as far as being so into every game. I used to not miss a pitch because I had to watch every game, and I was excited about it. And now I miss a lot of the games because they're so boring, and I don't have the interest I had. And part of that is if you're a season ticket holder, you really feel how you got screwed by the club, financially.
Yeah.
So it kind of ticks you off because you're supporting them, and then they're turning around and selling cheap seats underneath you. So, what is
Senior went to the game, huh?
Oh, nice. What is Safi saying here? Sable looks like he's taken some swing out. His bat speed looks noticeably faster these past few weeks. Not a coincidence. He's been hitting the ball hard as of late.
It's funny how you say that. I was listening to the pregame on the road yesterday because I was coming back from Green Acres and Elk Grove, and Fleming was talking highly of Sable, talking about how well he's been doing over the last few games. So he was speaking very highly of him. They understand that they're working with him, with behind the plate, but he's really impressed with his bat. So that was cool.
I think he's here to stay. I mean, it's mid-May almost. You're almost what are you, 35, 36 games in, something, 37? What is their record?
He's shown his bat can play.
Yeah, and you just got to keep him on the roster this year, and then now you can work with him. He's in your system, and he's young enough to work with. He's 25. He's shown he's athletic. He's shown he's got bat speed. He's only had 100 at bats at AAA. So this is like, he's hitting major league pitching and having to catch and learn to catch, which is a very demanding position to man a pitching staff and know everything and then focus on your hitting. I mean, imagine if, I think he could be kind of a possible guy that you can use as a DH down the road too.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting to see what happens after this year. Because if they don't have a very, really successful season, and when I'm talking about successful, I'm talking about making the playoffs. I don't think Jock is going to be back next year.
You think he's done?
I would say, well, he's a free agent. He could walk.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know, unless the Giants are going to overpay. Dan played golf today. I wish. My back's killing me, though, because I sat in this chair for 4+ hours last night.
I couldn't believe how long you guys went last night.
Man, I thought we're only going to go an hour, because Larry says,
it's funny because Larry said that, I'm only going to be on an hour, and then there's like 600 people in the chat. So it's like,
yeah, I knew that was going at least 2 hours, if not 3. I didn't expect it to go 4, but I knew that Larry would get juiced up once, he started talking and had the chat going, and, it does kind of energize you a lot. So, hey, we got, those in the room: Thunderbird, Spencer, Alcy, senior softball games, and Mark Hope, Hirokio, Toki, and hey, all you guys. I think you're all subscribers, but if not, hit the subscribe button and do us a favor, hit the like button on there. If all 35 of you hit the like button right now, it does help with the way YouTube positions things and we get the algorithm. So that would be great. So yeah, it looks like my son's making some progress here. So we may have Casey Schmitt coming up here shortly. I wasn't planning on doing that, but then, he got called up today and then had the big knock. I mean, that was awesome though, seeing the family, wasn't it?
That was awesome. That was awesome.
I mean, he had a group because they're from the San Diego area. So, I'm sure they got word this morning. Maybe they got a tip last night, but it was announced this morning to the public. I'm sure they just got all on a, quick flight Southwest and headed up.
Supposedly, I heard I think it was on the radio. He got like 50 tickets.
Yeah, there was a lot in there. Yeah, that was really cool. Super, super cool. Carlo P says, nice shirt, Dan. Thanks. Oh, yeah, this is a very comfortable Under Armour shirt. I went to Fleming's tonight, steakhouse. So
how was it?
Oh, it was awesome. I had filet mignon.
Hello.
Man. But, yeah, I figured I'd wear a collared shirt going into a nice steakhouse.
Yeah.
So, but I did wear my shorts. So, but that's Arizona life. Everybody wears shorts this time of year and for the next 5-6 months.
Yeah.
Oh, Kyle Harrison's younger brother, Safi, says is a catcher at De La Salle right now, and he's raking. He's getting drafted in July, hopefully by us. Yeah, that would be cool.
Catcher, not another catcher.
You can never have enough catchers in your system.
Yeah.
But that would be super cool. Have them come up and get drafted by the Giants and have a brother battery. That might be the first. And is there ever been a brother battery?
I think there has been.
I'm sure there probably has. I mean, we got the first Samoan battery this year between Minaya and Sable. So, here we go. My son's down there in the green room. He's probably going to put the Casey Schmitt interview up. And what else is in the chat? Okay, let's see. What is he saying here? Okay, the video is uploaded under video clips for your intro. Okay, we're ready to roll. All right, you guys want to hear a little bit from Casey Schmitt? Casey, this was in spring training. Let's go ahead and let me see if I can find it here. Here we go.
And yes, there was a battery back in the 1930s.
Oh, that doesn't
Baseball
count.
Hall of Famer Rick Farrell and brother Wes formed a battery for the Boston Red Sox and the Washington Senators in the 1930s.
That doesn't count. They just picked guys. There was no draft, probably. I don't know. That's cool. That's cool. All right, so we're going to play a 3-minute interview here back in the spring, caught up with Casey Schmitt. This interview was, I didn't have anything even prepared. I was just trying to get him. I was actually, didn't feel like I was at my best when I interviewed him because I had to be out by like 10:15. It was 10:12. And it was like, okay, let's just do this real quick because I had this hawk over my head, like ready to throw me out. He was so, but anyway, here we are, Casey. Okay, here with Giants third baseman and sometimes shortstop, Casey Schmitt. Casey, this is your first camp. You've been having a great camp. How you been feeling out there?
Yeah, having fun. Enjoying being here and putting some work. So I'm having some fun. That's great. I'm going to just rotate here a little bit here. Yeah, so you're playing some short. How short? So how do you like being out there at short versus third?
Yeah, I like it. It's interesting. It's definitely a new challenge. So I'm working over there. We're working on things over there. So I'm enjoying it.
You didn't tell Crawl like there's a new sheriff in town? Step aside?
Absolutely not. No.
Yeah, no, that would be funny. Yeah, you just say, hey, yeah. No, now you got a triple the other day. You hit a home run to right center. The next at bat got a triple. I was watching. You were moving around the bases pretty good. I didn't realize you had some wheels there.
It's sneaky. People think I can run a little bit.
Yeah.
We got it a little bit.
Yeah. Now, what's the situation? They told you anything about where you'll start, or you still have a shot to make the opening day roster? Or?
I have no idea.
No idea?
I'm just here, just doing what I got to do.
Yeah.
Playing baseball, watching the guys work. It's just it's really cool to watch.
Yeah. Now you went to San Diego State, right? So you saw that they played. In fact, they're playing shortly here in the tournament. They won the other night. Are you watching San Diego State?
Yeah,
tournament?
I'm watching a little bit of it.
Yeah. Now, when you were at San Diego State, you were the closer as well, right? So did you miss pitching?
Not really.
Yeah.
No, it's a little too much on my arm.
Yeah.
But it feels I feel good just kind of focusing on playing infield and hitting. So I feel a lot better doing that.
Yeah. Now, with the change, with the two throws over to first base, being running around the bases with a triple the other day, do you see yourself stealing a lot of bases in this new rules format?
I don't know. I'm not too sure. Well, I guess we'll find out.
Yeah. Now, this is. I got to ask you this one question. It's a little funny. The guys downstairs when opening a camp, all your buddies that you kind of come up with, they told me to ask you. They said, how would you feel if you opened your opening game and you went 0 for 4 with 4 strikeouts? So this is from your buddies, okay? Not me. They wanted me to ask you that.
How do I feel about it?
How would you feel if you went 0 for 4 with 4 strikeouts? They said.
Did we win?
I don't know. Yeah, let's say you won.
I don't care.
Yeah, exactly. There you go. Good answer.
That's fine.
No, but anyway, thanks for your time. We'll catch you up later. We have a little longer. Thanks,
Sounds
Stevie.
good.
All right, thanks.
All right, there it was. Casey Schmitt. That's a pretty good answer. Good answer. He said he didn't care if he struck out 4 times as long as the team won. That's the kind of guy you want. That's the kind of guy you can build around. You can see his personality there coming out. He's pretty loose. Just likes to have fun, go out and play ball. He's a ball player. And, that's the kind of guy you can build around. You get a few guys like that. You get Sable, has a lot of fun, talking, fast. You get guys that really start gelling together as younger guys and come up together. That's what I want to see. I mean, Eric sent me something earlier today. It was a home run celebration.
Yeah.
All the teams. How many teams was it?
Oh man, I'm not sure how many. There was quite a few though.
Well, yeah, it was like even the Nationals were in there, but all these teams that were having these home run celebrations, and they were all having a great time, putting different kind of hats on, whether it be a sombrero or some kind of chain or just a lot of fun that, ball players have. Yeah. And it brings a lot of, closeness in the clubhouse and fun. And yet the Giants weren't in it. The Giants don't do really anything that's creative or funny or fun. They did when Brandon Belt was here a little bit with the captain thing and did stuff. But, it just makes you wonder, is a team is it just kind of very, I don't know,
stiff?
It's just stiff? Is it, I don't know. I mean, I think Kapler gives them free reign, but they tend to, take after.
I heard a lot of quotes over the last couple of years where I don't know where it's coming from, but they don't want to get too high or too low. They want to stay even keel, but it's like, you know what? Come on, it's a game. You got to have fun. You got to show some excitement, and it's have fun. Don't just sit there and always be straight laced and stoic. Just have some damn fun. Real quick, Senior, I looked it up. Luciano went 1 for 4 with 2 strikeouts tonight.
What did Matos do?
Oh, I guess I should have looked. Hold on 1 second.
Yeah, and if anybody wants to, join the chat, let me put that in here.
Just so you know, the Richmond, they didn't do much because they lost 10-1. So there wasn't a whole lot of offense going on in Richmond. Matos was 2 for 5.
2 for 5?
Yep.
All right. You know what? Let me.
Did you see who signed for a minor league deal for New York?
Gary Sanchez? Who?
Yeah, Gary Sanchez went to the Mets.
Really?
Yeah, minor league deal. I guess he'll get guaranteed 1.5 if he makes the big club, I think.
Oh, okay. Hold on here. Copy.
Yeah, Haruka, you hit something on there. Yeah, he doesn't look. I don't know what it is. It's hard to read the guy. You can only make a judgment by what you see. You don't know what's in his head, but it just seems there's no excitement. It's very, I don't know. It's methodical, and it's like it seems like he's always trying to outthink the situation, and it's almost like he feels like he's above the game of baseball. I don't know. That's just the vibe I get. It's not like he's having fun. It's like he's got to do something that's gonna be important and dramatic, and I just don't get it. I don't get the feeling he just wants to go out there and manage a baseball. It's something. There's something bigger behind his thought process, and it's very strange.
Hey, I just put up a couple minutes ago the link again. If anybody wants to come in, we're only going to go a little bit longer. We've been going for an hour and 13 minutes. Kind of tired a little bit, and but if anybody wants to jump in before we call it a night, it's in the chat there above Mark Hope. Sandwiched between Thunderbird and Mark Hope's comments is the link to come on in. Join us. Add your thoughts. Giants get a big victory tonight, 4-1. They've got to come out of Arizona. They're 16-19. All right. Mm-hmm. So over the next 5 games, I believe they've got to come out. If they could come out at 19-21 after 40, that means you're winning 3 of the next 5. I think they need to do that. If they lose 3 or 4 in Arizona and lose tomorrow,
that's rough.
Then you're looking at a 17-23 record. And it's really hard to just keep climbing out of that hole when you're chasing 500 constantly.
It's funny. Fleming even talked about that. He said they got their foot on the gas. And what happens is when you have your foot on the gas this early in the season, by the time you get to August, you're going to just be burnt.
Yeah. And they just need to string together wins. They need to win series. They won Milwaukee.
Yes.
They won Houston. So they won 2 series in a row. Now win this series. And if you can go into Arizona and at least get a split, no worse than a split, but hopefully take 3 or 4, now you got some momentum.
Yeah. Because Arizona's a tough team, and they're playing well.
Yeah. Yeah. Sometimes the Giants have played well down in Arizona, though.
Last couple of years, though, Arizona's been spanking them.
Well, 2 years ago, the Giants in 21, the Giants really took it to them. I think they beat Arizona like 17 out of 19 or something like that.
Oh yeah. And it was last year. It was almost like the direct opposite, right?
Yeah, last year
Almost.
I think it was like 13-6 or 14, something like that. I don't remember exactly. I think they beat Arizona toward the end of the year.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, so we'll see what happens. But we got some more comments. This is the first time I want to see the Giants. This is the first time I want the Giants to lose. I want changes. I don't want most of this roster on the team next year. If they hang around 500, they'll do it again in 24. Hey, I'm with you,
right.
Hiroki.
Yep.
I have said
Right
the
there
same
with
thing.
you.
I've said the same. I have been kind of preaching that. They won tonight. I either want them to make the playoffs or lose badly. Okay. I don't want no 80-1 and 81, 80 and 82, 83 and 79, or 79 and 83. I don't want any of that. Just average. I want make the playoffs or lose 90 plus. Maybe even, if you're not going to win, let's lose with the young guys and let's start hey, bring up the young guys, get some excitement going, and maybe Farhan hangs on for another year because some of his young guys are producing. But if his young guys don't produce this year, I mean, at the minor league level, and those who come up and show some production, if they're not going to produce and have what they had last year, an awful year, Farhan's got to go because you've had 5 years and you have nothing to show for it, and not even any growth. So this has got to change. So we need it, like right now. So hey, we're gonna head out, but I see our buddy Chardal's back. What's up, Chardal?
Hey, what's up, Dan? I really wanted the Giants to get the sweep against the Nationals, but unfortunately that wasn't the case. But at least if we win 2 out of 3, at least that's a success moment right there.
Yeah, you got to win 2 out of 3. You got to win series, especially against teams like the Nationals. You didn't expect to win a series against the Astros or the Brewers, but you did. Don't turn around and lose to the 2 out of 3 at home to the Washington Nationals, who are the basement dwellers of the National League East and are potentially a 100-loss type team. Okay,
yeah.
This is
when you look at the Washington Nationals, they don't even have Bryce Harper anymore. He got traded away to Philadelphia. So now the Nationals are not even a decent team anymore because they don't have Bryce Harper anymore on their roster.
Not just Bryce Harper, but Trey Turner and Juan Soto.
So are you trying to say that the Nationals are not like a decent team anymore because they don't have Turner on the roster and they don't have
they're not a good
Soto
team right now, Chardal. They're in a rebuild.
They're in a rebuild.
They're in a rebuild, and they're fine with that. They know they're a few years at least away. They're just rebuilding. Made the great trade with San Diego to had to get rid of Soto, and they got a pretty good package, and see how those guys do. But 49er says, is it possible to have 3 teams from the National League West make the wild card? It's possible. I doubt it. I think you could have 2. In either San Diego or LA being one wild card and maybe Arizona the other, or possibly the Giants. Things would have to go really well. But I think it's going to be tough to get 3 because I see 1 coming out of the East at least, if not 2. You're going to either have, you can have the Braves probably win the division, and then it's going to be the Mets or Phillies or both of them that make the playoffs as a wild card. But, everybody's off to kind of a slow start right now. If we could take a look at the standings here and maybe put those up. Do you have those, Eric?
Yeah, I'll get it. Let me see. Just for NL, right?
Yeah, I mean, I could do that. Did you do it by sharing the screen, or is that how you did it?
Yeah, that's how I did it. Yeah, I'll see if I can.
Okay, so if I look at the National League standings right now, just the National League, for the wild card, right now it's Arizona, Milwaukee, San Diego as the 3 wild cards, but this is so early. But then you got Miami, the Mets, Phillies, and the Cubs, and then the Giants. So the Giants got to climb over 4 already, but they're only, they're half games separating them from 3 teams and 1 game separating them from Miami. So they're only 2.5 out. We're not going to really get into playoffs until we get to this. We start talking possible playoff berth after the All-Star game.
Yeah.
I mean, really more ideally, it starts to settle in potential teams after the trade deadline. So really those stretch drive the last 2 months, August, September. Right now, this is like a horse race, and they're not even at the quarter.
Exactly.
They're coming up at the quarter turn here. So a lot of times these horses that get out fast and they're leading in the at the quarter turn, they die out. Around the down the stretch, they're not even they fall back. So let's not get too excited. There is some patterns we're seeing with the Giants. Some of the patterns we're seeing with the Giants that are not healthy are a lot of swing and miss, and defensive errors, and a poor bullpen. Yeah. So those 3 things combined, when you can only score generally with the long ball, that's gonna catch you at the you're not going to be in the race, especially if you're playing poor defense. So those are some of the signs.
I think they lead the league in errors. They lead the league in fielding percentage. So yeah, their defense needs to step up for sure.
Yeah. So, but I think that's going to do it for us tonight. We've been going 1 hour and 23 minutes, and thanks for joining, everybody. Tomorrow night we've got Warriors Lakers 7:00. Giants have an afternoon game, 12:45. We may do a quick post game if it ends early. I'm going to go do some stuff with my son tomorrow afternoon, probably about 3:30, maybe 4-ish. So we'll do a little bit of see if we can get, if the game ends by 3:15, maybe we can do a quick post game. If not, catch me tomorrow night on Larry Kruger's show, the Krug Show, for post game of Warriors Lakers. Hopefully Warriors win game 5, and then we'll move on from there. Oh, the great Lou Marston has joined the chat. Lou, a longtime Giants fan, says he was at the game among the 7,600, even though the attendance was announced at what, 22,000 tonight, did they say? That's hogwash.
That's what they said.
That's just complete hogwash. I mean, you see on the TV, the seats, there's so many empty seats,
right,
all around between third base and first base, first level. It's unbelievable. So he says, great to see Casey Schmitt shine. Sorry for being late. Yeah, we played a little interview tonight, Lou, from Casey Schmitt. A little fun interview I did with him in spring training. In fact, maybe, let's see do we still have the home run in there? Let's see if we can do that again. Present.
Yeah, go for it.
Share screen. Let's see, is it in there?
It should be on your desktop somewhere, if you have it queued up.
Let's see. Brand. What did I do with it? Where did I put it? You had it on
your Twitter or something?
Oh, maybe it was there. Let's see. Let me see if I can put that back in. We'll close with a couple. Let's see if I can pull that back up. All right. I'm going to send this back to.
Hey, Dan, here you go. Check this out.
Yeah, exactly. The 501 prices are really helping. Yeah. Okay, so let's see if we can put this up there, and we'll get that in there. Here we go. Hold on. All right, I'm going to talk over this.
I was going to say, why don't you just turn off the sound?
I don't know how to turn the sound off because it's on my TV.
I guess I'll just talk over it again.
I'll just talk over it so we don't get any issues. Share screen. All right, here we go. Casey Schmitt at the plate, and
there's a
he's
speaker
going to drive it. I'm going to announce it. Here we go. Okay, Schmitt. High drive! Left center field! That thing is out of here! Casey Schmitt with a home run in his debut, only his second plate appearance in the major leagues. And look at his family go crazy there. Just take a look at that. That was worth it all because that's what the Giants need is young blood. There we go. How was that? They couldn't hear Kipe there, right?
That was good. I think you were good. That was pretty good.
Okay.
Hopefully no one had headphones on.
I kind of went loud, didn't I? Okay. All right. So now we're going to finish up for Lou, because Lou's in the house. We're going to close with this 3-minute interview one more time. And after that, I'll be right back to say goodbye. But let's hear it again from Casey Schmitt. Me interviewing Casey down in spring training. Again, it was a 3-minute interview because I was rushed and we had to get out because the Giants PR was all over us as soon as it struck the time to be out of the locker room. So here we go.
Okay, here with Giants third baseman and sometimes shortstop, Casey Schmitt. Casey, it's your first camp. You've been having a great camp. How you been feeling out there?
Yeah, having fun. Enjoying being here and doing some work, so I'm having some fun.
That's great. I'm going to just rotate here a little bit here. So you're playing some short. How's shortstop? How do you like being out there at short versus third?
Yeah, I like it. It's interesting. It's definitely a new challenge. So I'm working over there. We're working on things over there, so I'm enjoying it.
You didn't tell Crawl like there's a new sheriff in town?
God,
Step aside?
Absolutely not.
Yeah, no, that would be funny. Yeah, you just say, hey, yeah, no. Now you got a triple the other day. You hit a home run to right center, and the next at bat got a triple. I was watching. You were moving around the bases pretty good. I didn't realize you had some wheels there.
It's sneaky. People think I can run a little bit.
Yeah.
We got it a little bit.
Yeah. Now, what's the situation? They told you anything about where you'll start, or you still have a shot to make the opening day roster? Or?
I have no idea. I'm just here, just doing what I got to do. Playing baseball, watching the guys work. It's just it's really cool to watch.
Yeah. Now you went to San Diego State, right? So you saw that they played. In fact, they're playing shortly here in the tournament. They won the other night. Are you watching San Diego State?
Yeah, I'm watching a little bit of it.
Yeah. Now, when you were at San Diego State, you were the closer as well, right? So did you miss pitching?
Not really.
Yeah.
No, it's a little too much on my arm.
Yeah.
But it feels I feel good just kind of focusing on playing infield and hitting. So I feel a lot better doing that.
Yeah. Now, with the change, with the two throws over to first base, being running around the bases with a triple the other day, do you see yourself stealing a lot of bases in this new rules format?
I don't know. I'm not too sure. I guess we'll find out.
Yeah. Now this is. I got to ask you this one question. It's a little funny. The guys downstairs when opening a camp, all your buddies that you kind of come up with, they told me to ask you. They said, how would you feel if you opened your opening game, and you went 0 for 4 with 4 strikeouts. This is from your buddies, okay? Not me. They wanted me to ask you that.
How do I feel about it?
How would you feel if you went 0 for 4 with 4 strikeouts? They said.
Did we win?
I don't know. Yeah, let's say you won.
I don't care.
Yeah, exactly. There you go. Good answer.
That's fine.
No, but anyway, thanks for your time. We'll catch you up later. We have a little longer. Thanks,
Sounds
Stevie.
good.
All right, thanks.
All right, there it is. Again,
Yeah, you had some
2
great
times.
stuff at spring. That was awesome.
Yeah, spring was great. Yeah, spring was great. So, yeah, Eric Gell be on tomorrow night on the Krug Show with Larry and the gang.
It's going to be another 4-hour.
Oh, gee, I don't know. Hopefully they win and there's, a little bit better, not so much criticism, but usually when shows go sometimes longer when everybody's kind of hot and wants to, share all their frustrations, whatever. So
you guys had some spirited discussion last night, though. That was quite intense.
yeah, it's always good. I mean, you got, adults in the room that, passionate about their, basketball, and things will be a little bit, I think it's good to have discussion and not, have some disagreement. Otherwise, if you got 6 guys and everybody's saying the exact same thing, it's like, what's the point? So, yeah. But anyway, hey, it's 11 o'clock. We've been going an hour and a half, hour and 32 minutes, actually. So thanks for joining, everybody. Check out tomorrow. Be on the lookout for a broadcast or a post game for the Giants. It could come. I can't promise it because my schedule, I don't know what time my son and I are going to get together, and I don't know how long. We're probably getting together about 3:30, 3:45. So the game, whether it goes, it's a quick one or if it's a 3-hour game, probably won't have one. But let's root on the Warriors, root on the Giants if you want to see them make the playoffs. Again, I'm with who was that? Hiroku that made that comment about wanting to see them not do well because I agree. Hey, I don't want mediocre. I don't want average. I want either really good, make the playoffs, or I want a crap season because I want change. Yeah. And change isn't going to come if they do what they did last year. They're just going to roll it back, same old garbage, and you're not going to get any free agents, and you're going to be stuck with guys that had bad years that signed that have opt-outs. They don't have, if Conforto and Minaya don't turn it around and have, productive seasons where they can, hit the open market in free agency and get a better deal, they're going to come back and then, and maybe even Stripling. All 3 of those guys got opt-outs. Conforto's got an opt-out, Stripling, and Minaya. Now, if all 3 of those guys were to hit the market today, what's Conforto hitting? 175? Yeah. So he would not opt out. Minaya hasn't had a good year. His ERA is way up. Stripling's ERA is way up. So you're stuck with those 3 guys next year if they have bad years. So the Giants need to, either try and hopefully make the playoffs and these guys have productive years, or if they stink, you got bad contracts coming back and you're going to have to figure a way to, move on. I mean, Tommy La Stella was cut again by Seattle the other day. So La Stella was DFA'd by the Giants, and Seattle picked him up, and Seattle saw that he's past his prime. He's cooked. So they released him as well. So that's what's going to have to happen. The Giants, if they get too many guys that aren't producing. So but let's call it a night. Thanks for joining, everybody. Hit that like button again if you haven't already. Hit the subscribe. Tell your friends about the NorCal Sports Network. We'll be covering Giants all year round, and throughout this season, we'll get into some Niner stuff as we go further as well, and Warriors. But a lot of it, I'm going over to Larry's because he's got the bigger pull, and and I'm over there. So, but anyway, have a great night, everybody. Thanks, Eric, for joining as always. Eric's a great co-host and adds a lot. Those banners that you see, run that banner back again. Let me see. Dan versus Larry postgame. Let me get that one off. Okay, right there. That banner down there. That's Eric is pulling the strings on that. So thanks for the contributions with your thoughts and your technology.
Thanks. Appreciate it.
All right, everybody. Have a great night. Well, hopefully we'll see you sometime tomorrow. All right.